I got a new car. All right, so as the title suggested, I got a new car, a new to me car. I'm gonna show it here, and then we're gonna dive into it and start pulling out the interior, cleaning it out, and also like pressure washing the motor and stuff. But here it is, 2006 Jeep Wrangler LJ. It's the Unlimited, so it's the longer wheelbase. I've been wanting one for years and just never wanted to spend the money that people are asking for them. So this one fell in my lap for a price that I couldn't pass up. So we picked it up. Let's dive into it. Let's pop the hood. Very dirty, as we can tell. Previous owner probably did a lot of mudding. We're gonna detail the engine bay, get it all pressure washed. It's got a pretty bad valve cover leak, got a really bad rear main leak. Eventually I'll pull the motor and fix that, but for now, we'll get it all cleaned up and then move on to the next step. We just did a kind of a light power wash on the motor. Got all the dirt and grime off of everything. Next, we'll just have to degrease the entire thing, like where it's leaking from the valve cover. But for now, I'm not gonna do that because I don't have any degreaser right now. So we'll show you the interior, see what we're having to work with, and then we're gonna get the entire interior, aside from like the dash, pulled out, and then we'll start cleaning it. It's a lot dirtier off camera. It doesn't show much. I mean, that kind of shows you. Dash, door panels, all the plastics are pretty oxidized. Seats, we're gonna shampoo. We're gonna get rid of the carpet. And then we'll do new carpet later, but we'll get rid of this top. But for now, we're gonna keep it just so I have something. The top has no back window, and the side windows won't unzip because the zippers are just full of dirt and grime, and they have skipped teeth and come undone and along the entire thing. So we'll start unbolting the seats and then show you what it looks like when they're out. All right, so seats are out. This is how nasty the carpet is. I think it just pulls right out. Ooh, all kinds of weevils. Over the seat belts. This, I believe, with all the carpet kits that I've installed, they should all just be like sliced just to come out, and you don't have to undo anything. Like not even the seat belt. Yeah. Man, this is so much dirt. It's ridiculous. Seem kind of off that I'm going to be pressure washing the inside, but I'm going to try my hardest to keep it off of the electronics that aren't supposed to get hit, and as well as the dash. So we'll just do it in light spurts. Hose. That way there's no splashing, and we can just draw everything to the drain plugs. I still feel bad about doing this. This feels totally wrong. All right, so the floor is as clean as I care for it to be. We'll just dry it off and go on to the next thing, the interior trim. Obviously all that splashing is from when I was doing the floor. I promise you it was just as dirty as you're seeing it, just without the spots, like the little mud spots that are popping up. So we'll set the camera up and just show the little wipe down of that and go from there. iPhone pulled a GoPro and glitched or something. Didn't record me cleaning the seats at all with the extractor. They're better than what they were before. I didn't have high hopes for it, and I really didn't care because I do upholstery for a living and I'll be doing these eventually. So I just wanted them clean, just like what I'm doing for the rest of the Jeep. So let's go on to the rear bench and then start reassembling it. I mean, it definitely cleaned up. It's just old and faded. Onto the exterior. That top has seen better days. That's gonna be off here soon. I'm not gonna be keeping it. It has no rear window. Zippers are busted, but at least we have some sort of covering. So we'll address that, spray that down, get the whole undercarriage cleaned off, wheels and everything. We're gonna get this stupid bumper taken off of here. And also, I can't stand spare tires on the back, so we'll be pulling that off too. There's no switch to be found for these lights, so I'll just be unplugging them. Of course, the other one's hardwired in. Let's just cut that off. Should be the right size Torx. Nice. to you for free. Yeah. This thing's been reinforced, re-welded a few times. It's broken right there. Well, here's the aftermath. And that's not even cleaning the undercarriage. That's just spraying off like the shock area and then everything that fell through the floorboard when I was cleaning the inside through the drain holes. So it's still not the cleanest, but I'm not gonna obsess over this vehicle because it's just gonna be my off-road rig. Live here in southern Utah, the mecca, one of the meccas of rock crawling. I'm about, where I live, about 40 minutes to Sand Hollow. My shop is maybe 20 minutes, so half that. So this thing is going to be, I know I said in one of my other videos, the Caddy is the main focus of the channel, but that's more of my main project car, tuner car, whatever you want to call it, stance car. But the Jeep is going to be the main focus of the channel as far as the build on it, because I did 95% of the Caddy before starting YouTube as well as the Audi. So this Jeep is going to be 100% on the channel, so it'll be nice to see it from start to finish. So can't wait to see what happens, but hopefully everyone enjoys it. And let me know if there's stuff you don't like, do like. Let me know if there's anything I did in this video that was cringe as far as cleaning process or anything. I don't really care. I don't wash my cars the way I wash this. Next thing we're going to do on this is, if the camera picks it up, it's super oxidized, dried looking. So we have this VRP, so it stands for vinyl rubber plastic. It's basically just a hydrating cream type thing. I already did it to the other door panel, looks awesome. I also did it to the left front fender flare, looks awesome. So I'll show you the before and after of the fender flares, and then let's just get this one wiped down. I'm gonna do half of it, that way you can see how well it does it. Now, I've never used this before, but so far what I have done is staying hydrated. Granted, I only did it yesterday, but a lot of stuff that you'll get doesn't last that long. So I'm curious as to how much I need to apply this, like how often. I mean, so you can just see just on camera how well it shines it up. So far, I'm super happy with it, with looking at the other side. So I'm gonna do the rest of the door panel, rest of the dash, and then show you guys what it looks like. So I'm gonna show you this fender versus the other one. I did it yesterday, still looks like the second I did it. So, all right, so you can see how oxidized it is. It's almost a green color. Now let's go over to this side. I mean, you can see the difference. That's just one coat. And that's no heat, like with a torch or something. So there. So we'll get the others cleaned up, and then hopefully they'll turn out as good as this one. That's the official introduction to the channel for the Jeep. Now let's just dive into a little bit of what I have in store for this Jeep. Like I said, it's an 06 LJ, so it's prime for, as far as wheelbase goes, for an off-road rig. I've been wanting one for years, got one, and so what I have planned for it, we're gonna be on full widths, 1 tons, whatever you wanna call them. I've got an 07 Super Duty front axle, and then I have a 14 bolt for the rear. We're gonna be doing everything that you're supposed to those as far as strengthening them. So I'll be doing trusses front and rear. I'm going to be shaving the bottom section off of the 14 bolt, so then it's a 13 bolt, just to give me the extra ground clearance. We're gonna be on 40s. The wheels that I want, I was gonna be doing the Pro Comps that I've always wanted ever since I got into crawling, but I think I'm gonna be going with a different wheel. Can't quite remember what it's called. I'll probably post a video or a picture somewhere of that wheel. As far as the body goes, I'm still on the fence of if I want to extend it 4 inches. I think I will, but I've always got time for that. I'm gonna be doing a back half frame kit on it. I'll eventually be doing a front half, but for this iteration, we're gonna just be on stock drivetrain and then the axles and whatnot, and then all the goodies. We're gonna be doing a 4-link rear, 3-link front, and then a custom cage, and I'm wanting to utilize the rear seat still because I've got 2 kids. And then for version 2, we're gonna be doing an LS swap and everything that goes with that. But that won't be for about a year or so, year and a half, something like that. I wanna be able to enjoy it as quick as possible as far as being an off-road rig and get back into crawling. I've been out for too long. I had a semi-built XJ on 35s. It did awesome. Then I sold that, got a RZR, and the RZR just wasn't scratching the itch. I've always been into crawling, so slower stuff. The RZR is an all-around good rig for that, but I just want to be strictly crawling, something that's very capable too. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm gonna be on 40s for this. I was gonna do 42s, but at least this go around, we're gonna be on 40s until I beef up everything, then I'll bump it up a little bit. But that's the plans for this thing. I'm gonna be documenting the entire thing, so shaving all of the unnecessary brackets on the Super Duty axle, the whole process of the rear. I'm gonna be doing all the gearing on it as well. I'm going to be doing 533, 538 gears, Yukon stuff. I still don't know what type of locker I'm going to be doing, whether I'm going to do air locker or not. I kind of want to just keep it manual just for the ease of it. I just see too much issues with the air stuff, but there's always bugs that you can work out. So that's the plans for this thing. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing an entire build on it. It's going to be its own section on the channel, playlist, whatever you want to call it. The axles on this, wheels and tires, it's on 33s and some Steelies, so it's got a pretty decent stance now. That'll all be going up for sale as soon as I get everything torn out of it. So it'll be a complete lift kit, axles, if anyone wants it, and wheels and tires. It's got a 5th spare to match them, so that's a plus. Once everything gets torn out, then those will go up for sale. I'm gonna drive this all the way up until I have all of the parts to be able to start tearing into this. I think what I'm gonna do is the axles, I keep pointing over there because it's sitting right there. The axles, I'm gonna do the build on them and get them all prepped and ready to just be slapped under the truck. That way the Jeep is down for as little time as possible. That's the plan. Stay tuned. We're gonna have fun with this.